decided that I was happy with myself. So please understand that I was very happy with my physique, but there were a few things that if I had the ability to change, then I would, and I did. So I gave it some time and thought about again what it is that I wanted to be the perfect result in my eyes. And after the consultation with Dr. Campbell, he helped me find the best course of action to achieve those results. And so I am excited mentally. I'm excited the day before the surgery as I am now. A couple of days after, I was like, oh my, this truly is a process, but I was not unrealistic. There is going to be some challenges in the healing process, but you have to be realistic about it and educated about it. And they ensured that I was educated. Lots of patient counseling, lots of patient education, so I appreciate that.
So back in 2013, I had a gastric bypass, so I lost 100 pounds. So I lost a lot of weight. So I lost all my boobs and everything just kind of like sagged down. So for the past couple of years, I've been trying to like find, you know, a good surgeon to get plastic surgery with. And back in America, it's a lot of money. So I started to dig into other countries. So when, you know, I found out the price was right and that they did a good job, then I was like, why not?
I did have a gastric sleeve about 2 years ago and actually had that in Tijuana. And I'm from America. I've been in healthcare for over 30 years. And unfortunately, I wasn't sick enough for my insurance to pay for my gastric surgery. So I had needed to figure out how I was going to be able to afford it. So that's when I started doing more research. My research included, you know, basically going online, looking for local doctors, looking for doctors in America, finding out how much the cost would be. At that time, I lived in Texas, and it found out that the gastric sleeve was going to be over $20,000, and I would have to pay it myself because my insurance company said I wasn't sick enough. So I was like, I can't afford that. But then unfortunately, I did have family history of certain conditions that made me very concerned that now that I'm getting older, I need to figure out how to address, you know, my weight. So ultimately, I decided to get my weight loss surgery done in Tijuana. Very much similar to how you all have it here, a very concierge service. So I was very pleased with that. But then I knew that the final part of that process would be the plastic surgery, the skin removal. Because a lot of what I've learned looking up a lot of information about weight loss surgery is that folks that do not get their plastic surgery tend to gain weight again. So the last thing I want to do is have to start that journey all over again now that I'm getting older. My kids are older now, you know, and my dad is older and a lot of ailments are going on. And I'm like, I really just want to be healthy. I want to feel good. I want to look good. And it's not something that anybody else, you know, wanted me to do. It was something I decided to do for myself. When I first talked to my children at that time, even with just the weight loss surgery, they're like, no, you don't need it, you don't need it. We can go to the gym with you, we'll help you meal prep, we'll do all this stuff. And I've tried so many things, so many years, and nothing helped. You know, I had medical assisted weight loss programs, you're taking pills every day, and, you know, all kind of diet programs and exercise programs, and it just nothing really helped. And this ultimately was, you know, what I figured was the best thing for me. So then, like I said, once I had the weight loss surgery, lost all the weight really quickly, learned how to eat more healthy and more, you know, conducive to a healthy lifestyle. And then it was like, okay, when do I want to get my plastics? And that was the final piece. And, you know, again, like my gastric surgery, my health plan is not going to pay for it. So I had to figure out a way that I can afford to pay for it. And like I said, 2 years ago when I started looking, that's when I found Dr. Campbell, but I still looked for other options, you know, look at other places I can go, places in America, you know, other countries offer some services as well. And ultimately I felt that Dr. Campbell's program was the best, and I was very impressed. So.
The reason why I decided to have plastic surgery was because I had started having kids really early, and I never gave my body a chance to develop. So like all of my muscles and my tissues were really stretched out, and I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't have that confidence. that I, was looking for, because I always had to wear Spanx and girdles under my clothing, and it was really uncomfortable. So I was like, I have to do something about this.
I have 2 babies back to back, and the second one I gained way too much weight, more than I thought was reasonable. And so one of them is 3 and the other one's 2, and I thought a gift for myself would be to get my body back. But I still wasn't sure. I think this is the place that convinced me to do it, because of how safe and just how friendly and easy, and the whole experience of you can tour. I think that's what convinced me. But honestly, like I said, I wasn't 100% sure, but when I started researching here, I was like, this is the perfect, if I am going to do it, this is where I want to do it. And yeah, but I'm happy with everything.
I'll try not to cry. So basically, I have 4 kids and a wonderful husband and a good life, but I have worked, with my kids for so many years now, and raising them and having child after child, that, I have this desire to get my body back. And this gave me the opportunity coming here to do that. And so emotionally, I feel like not only for the surgery, but the place is so beautiful and the people are so beautiful that my heart has healed from, just the quiet. I can think, I can reflect on my life. It's given me that time and peace. I thought recovery was going to be so intense that I wouldn't have that time, but I'm finding that I had a lot of me time, which was important. Yes. This started back home. I started, focusing on eating healthier and working out, not excessively, but starting that journey. And I did have some emotional baggage per se, from, life. Everybody has a story, and so my story, there was some emotional things I needed to work out. And I was discovering in Florida back home that I feel like this, I didn't know, but this is the end of me becoming me. And I feel like now I can do so much more. I can be so much more because I'm not constantly thinking about the flaws,
Coming was because I worked in the airline industry for 33 years and I just recently retired. Okay. And so I wasn't taking care of myself. I was worried about taking care of my 6 brothers and sisters. So me coming here to get me fixed for the second phase in my life, because like I said, I retired. This I did for me. I didn't do it to look pretty or anything like that. I did it so that I could make myself a little more healthier. Wow. A little less me on me will make me very healthy.